Pretty much our first 10 years of marriage was all about his job and acquiring things and moving up the corporate ladder.
As successful restaurateurs, Rob and Diane Perez were living the American dream. The couple both professed faith in Christ as young people. But the restaurant business came with a lot of stress, long hours, and alcohol use.
It's part of the restaurant culture. Our first dating, everything revolved a lot around drinking and partying, pretty much.
Eventually, Rob's drinking spiraled out of control.
I was becoming more and more reckless with how I drove, chances I would take, people I would spend time with. I went through recovery when I was 25, and Diane helped me all the way through it. I grew to know God and be more in a personal relationship with Christ. And that's such a big tenet of a 12-step program that really has been a vital component of my recovery.
The couple moved to Kentucky in 2003 and opened up several Saul Good restaurants. But the work was still taking a toll.
We had gone through so many things in our marriage and just with moving and acquiring stuff and his jobs that we were pretty done, or I was done doing that whole thing. And when our daughter was born, we wanted to get her baptized, and we went to a church here. The very first Sunday we went, I'm not kidding, it was amazing. But I didn't want to say anything like that was really cool, like he was talking to me. And Rob said to me, clearly we've moved to Kentucky for that church.
In 2014, Diane visited a women's safe house in Cincinnati that opened her eyes to the needs of those struggling with addiction.
God said to me, you and Rob could do this in Lexington. Like, we could open something for the people in the community. And so I came home and I was super excited and told him, I'm like, we need to do this because we have so many people that we've lost to addiction.
Diane got the idea of opening a restaurant that would hire men and women in recovery. They named it DV8 Kitchen. Two of the many lives that Rob and Diane have touched include Jessica and Jared.
My drug of choice became heroin. I lost my family, pretty much. My dad wouldn't look at me anymore. My mom, she just cried all the time. It was like breaking her heart every day. And I was stealing from them.
After Jessica entered a treatment program, she heard about DV8 Kitchen and their Second Chance program.
Coming here to work, it was all about the community and running a good restaurant, having responsibilities and taking care of the responsibilities. I didn't really have any standards, and I didn't know what standards were. Like, I didn't know how to hold standards for myself because I felt like I was nothing.
I was addicted to meth and began smoking it regularly. By the time I was 17, I was looking at a prison sentence, and I was really lost until I got a second chance to my second chance and started working at DV8. But I had behavioral issues here at work. I wasn't getting along with people very well, especially Rob. And he really challenged me to, his exact words were that I needed a bigger shovel. I needed to dig deeper. So I ended up getting into long-term treatment. The whole point is to show society that even though we screwed up and even though we made really terrible decisions and we hurt people, that given the right opportunity and the willingness to take that opportunity and run with it, we can actually be very productive, healthy members and contributing members of society.
Rob and Diane work with local AA and Celebrate recovery programs. Rob even conducts workshops with local businessmen to educate and encourage them on the importance of hiring those in recovery.
What we're trying to do is convince every business in America to hire one person in recovery and learn the terminology. And how are people going to get to reach their full potential if no one will give them a chance unless it's a lower paying job? What about the middle paying jobs? What about the high paying jobs? Because there's people that are in recovery all over.
Rob and Diane say they have finally found their purpose in learning to serve their community and employees, literally.
Our life has been radically changed, transformed. I mean, we're different people, for sure.
I had no idea that Diane's suggestion to try to help people would change the way I think about work. And because we try to apply being good at your job, but trying to help people along the way before you help yourself, and try to bring our faith to work at the same time, it's really changed the way I feel about my job. I'm basically a glorified busboy, and frankly, we don't make much money, but I can tell you that it's the best job I've ever had. I'm more fulfilled, I love it, and it's wonderful.